Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Week 1, Season 2 of the Overwatch University League for the EU region. My name is Daniel Dudge Sandal, and joining me today is the one, the only, the beautiful Energy underscore being. How are you doing today, Energy?
I'm good. Not sure I'm beautiful, but I'm good.
We're all beautiful here, and we are ready to go for the grand opening of Season 2. After a fantastic Season 1 as well, we're very excited to get going, and we're going to be seeing some great action today as well. But what are you really looking forward to seeing from this season, Energy?
Honestly, I just want to see a lot of teams coming into their own more. Like, we have a lot of people who are continuing on from last season. Also, we have some new people coming in. I want to see everybody get better together as teams. I want to see the community just continuing to get better at Overwatch. I also want to see more casters and everything coming out of the woodworks, coming in here and doing this job just fine. So, yeah.
And of course, that is what we here at the Overwatch University do thrive on. If you guys out there are watching and wondering what the hell you've gotten yourself into, if you're interested in learning more about what we are doing here, or how you guys can get involved in the largest recreational Overwatch league, then follow the link to the Discord in the channel's description below. You can also follow us here on Twitch and on Twitter, which is at OW University, if you'd like to be updated when future streams are going to be going live. Feel free to also drop by our subreddit, which is also located in the channel's description, and also, most importantly, the Discord, which you can find below, which you'll find tons and tons of people on there who are more than happy to come to your aid, help you out, tell us what's going on, and on top of that, get you guys involved in any of the things we do here. But of course, for today's broadcast, we have 3 full best-of-3 games of unfiltered hype coming your way. Soon enough, we'll be heading into our first game between Anna's Imaginary Menagerie, which I'm going to shorten to AIM or AIM, versus Fair Enough. Following that, at 4 p.m, we'll be heading over to Division 7 for a derby match between diverse origins and diverse identity. Today's broadcast will be rounded off with a trip over to Division 5, where we're going to be seeing the meme connoisseurs take on Don't Blink. But over to our first game first, of course, we do have Anna's Imaginary Menagerie versus Fair Enough. What do we really know about these guys going in?
I mean, we know a little bit about them going in, but honestly, this is the first week. We could, be surprised by some upset. We do know that Pigage does play Hanzo on his other account, and right now there isn't any new or returning. Well, there isn't any returning players. We just have new people, and the people who are playing DPS are generally fairly new to it. And Anna's Imaginary Menagerie, and Fair Enough, we don't know too much about. So yeah, this is going to be kind of interesting coming in because we have almost no information about either of the teams.
And honestly, it's going to be quite interesting to see. We're coming from Division 4, so this is around about the region where we start to see high plat to mid and low diamond, around about this area. So we're going to be seeing quite a few different things. First of all, today, we are going to be going over to perhaps King's Row, and then following that, we're going to be heading over to Fair Enough's home map, which will be Numbani. This week, for the neutral map, which is in the event that we do go to the entire 3 games of the series, we're going to be heading over to a best of 5 on Nepal. But of course, King's Row is something we have a lot of experience with. How's that sort of going to go for us?
I mean, King's Row generally it's pretty straightforward. There are a few different ways that you can play it, because you can go, main or round statue, like a lot of the teams do, or you can go through the theater and get up onto the high ground and move over either for a flank through the back or just to come down on the point or rain damage down from above with the soldier and a Reinhardt combo or something like that. Really, it's such a nice map because there's so many different and good ways that you can play it that it's hard to really, come down on it negatively. A lot of people have things to, bad things to say about Numbani or other hybrid maps, because it's just like, oh, well, you have the capture aspect, but you also have the streets phase and the final push-in phase, and a lot of people have some difficulty with that. But we know that in this tournament, especially, people love King's Row. It's one of the most picked home maps of this league in the entirety of it. So really, expect if you're going to be watching this main stream or other streams going forward in this tournament, you're probably going to see it almost every time. But yeah, it's a fun map, and there's lots of really interesting ways that you can play on it.
Of course, we did see a lot of Kings Row, as you mentioned beforehand, and we see a lot of maps coming into this. Of course, every team does get to choose their home map coming in. Now, we do have a quick little bit of difficulty here as both teams are just trying to figure out a couple of things, and I think we may have the wrong production notes here, just to start us off on a nice and professional sense, where it seems like Route 66 is actually the main choice of Anna's imaginary menagerie, so we're going to make sure that we get everything sorted out there. But of course, if we are going to be going to Route 66 first, what do we expect to see from this pure straight payload push?
Honestly, it really comes down to how the attacking team plays it. The defending team is almost always going to hold on the top of the gas station for the first point, and that is a very good holding spot. You can, aggress the payload from the top of it, stall it without even having to come down and fight on their level. But if the attacking team plays this up very well, usually if they'll use a dive and jump onto the top, or a Roadhog to pull anybody down, get those people off the high ground they have to drop down, they're going to be fighting on level footing. So really, it's all about how the attackers come at it. If the attackers aren't on point, they won't be able to push it fast enough. But if the attackers are really on it, then it's going to be a good time, and it's going to move really fast.
Of course, Big Earl's that huge contest point coming through. We can see pushes that can be made or broken there, and we're going to have to see what we get to see coming out of this as we're going into Anna's imaginary menagerie versus Team Fair Enough, and both teams are starting to lock in their compositions here. Sunny day in Route 66, not so sunny a day for me in England, so it's a good day for me to be indoors casting this for you guys alongside Energy here. Now, from the side of Fair Enough, we're going to be having them taking the push first. So what do we really need to see these guys do to succeed in a league like this?
I mean, to succeed in a league like this, to succeed in a league like this, you need to be working as a team. You need to work together, know how to push together, know how to communicate as a team, and really group up together, know who everybody else is playing, and know how to play around them properly. Like, you don't want to have a soldier with the Reinhardt and have the soldier dart out in front of the Reinhardt, not knowing what he's doing, not knowing where everybody else on his team is. You need to have that proper communication. You need to have that proper teamwork so that you can get in there and get going.
And we're going to have to see if they do manage to get going, as we're going to be heading in very soon. Just a quick one for you guys out there at home. It does look like both teams have switched sides around, so I'm just going to have to quickly confirm with you, Energy. Red side for you at the second should be Anna's imaginary menagerie.
The red side is actually the other team, because they switched sides. So
Fantastic.
I was correct and didn't have to change it.
Excellent, perfect going forward, as we're going to be seeing this push start coming through, as Zyrus pushing ahead there on the Zarya, trying to get that charge for the Zarya to go forward, get the extra damage come through. It does look like we have the side of Fair Enough just holding from the top of Big Earls here, allowing the push to come through as they're going to start dropping down now. The fight coming straight in. Good Charles going up onto the top. Piggage going purple as well, but Armadillomon going to get charged straight into the billboard and taken out of this fight almost immediately. Good Charles on that Genji, trying to find some more damage to do on the backline before he regroups with the rest of the team, but this is stalled on first corner at the second. Pull coming in from Piggage, who gets slept, who gets killed by Kesa there. Sleepy Bear now on that Lucio, just trying to regroup with the team, as two of the red side are going to be going purple here, but this will be a defensive concede of the second corner.
Honestly, they're pushing fairly well. It's going a little bit slow. Oh, but here comes an
an attack visor coming out straight away from Geinsrick, and he gets two almost instantly. There goes the third, as Armadillomon is going to be taken out of the fight almost instantly. Full push now coming through from the attackers.
I think they're going to be able to push it all in, unless the defense wants to do a last Hail Mary push, but I think they really just need to get back together and not worry about the payload right now.
It looks like that's what they're going to be doing here, as that gate is going to open nice and slowly, but now we're going to be going to the main streets phase. Looks like the defensive side are going to be holding from the high side here.
I mean, that's a good play. Really gives you the height advantage, and the height advantage is so much in this game. It's just a good play all around. The attackers do have great momentum, though, going into this. They pushed through that fairly easily just with that one beginning stall, and I think if they can keep that momentum up, they'll just push all the way into the third point.
And it looks like we are going to be coming straight through now. Now, what can we see as the drop now coming down? Pigage going to be leading this charge forward with Armadillo on Eros. He's going to be using the tack visor. Gets one, gets two. And this is going to be a complete almost wipe coming out from the attackers with that Genji blade. But Eros is not dead just yet. Getting one final kill. He's going to have to regroup here. And he's going to be taken down by Kaiser. And that is a very aggressive fight coming out. Going in the favor of Anna's imaginary... AIM, let's go for.
Yeah. Honestly, good Charles's ult worked so well with Xyrus on that Zarya. They knew how to play around each other. They knew how to combo that ult with good timing. And the defense really needs to get in there and get on it if they're going to stall this anymore.
Looks like the stall will be coming through. That's going to be the Graviton Surge going straight into Pigage, using the Pig ultimate, gets one kill. Good Charles manages to slice, he manages to dice, he gets a kill of his own, but this is trading even, as we don't have too much of an advantage until Pigage gets that pull in there. Looks like Starkill pushes this forward and pushes the attackers straight off of this, as fair enough are going to have to back off again.
Man. Too bad he didn't have his ammo up on that hook. That would have been an immediate kill, but still went down in the anyways. Iris going down to Eros.
And it looks like we're going to go back to quietude across the board here, as the setup is going to be pulled once again coming from the high side.
We do have a defensive, quote-unquote defensive ult from both sides with the supports, and both of the Reinhardt ults. So really, I imagine we're going to see that coming into this next round, see them try and do that poke battle, get that shield war going.
Pigage! He's gonna be flying Pig as he goes off the side to start this fight out. Armadillomon gonna be forced off of that high ground. Now we've got Gainrish going. Nano Visor, he gets the first kill straight in onto this. Azara's pushing forward alongside him. That's the second kill coming out of the Nano Visor, gaining the momentum as we're gonna see Fair Enough wipe that fight clean, and they're gonna be getting this second point for themselves.
I think that's probably going to be it for the second point. The defense really needs to just hold that